but these moments, like, when you're going against somebody that's competitive, that is ready to win, right? Yeah. Like, they are going to win. They want to win. Like, and there's a different person. You can almost see it where they want to talk about winning, right? Or say, like, I'm doing everything to win, or I'm coming in here to crush it. But you can almost see through it that's not true. Yeah. Right. And then especially through their actions, it's not true. Yeah. And then they'll almost, in a way, like, I don't want to say find a way to lose, but have something that will happen. And then it's like, oh, I was going to win until this happened. And it's kind of, it's interesting, man. It's interesting, but it's almost easier in a way to have an excuse as to why it didn't get done rather than actually get it done, no matter what happens, regardless of circumstances or anything that's going on.
Yeah. I mean, it does baffle me to a certain extent when, like, say a guy says, look out, I'm coming to win the next show.
Yep.
My deadlift is, you'll never expect what's coming. And I've always expected what's coming. Yeah. Always. and if you say, okay, for example, I'm going to pull 1,000 pounds, my expectation is that you've moved 950 to 970 pretty well in training, but then they missed 950. Is the whole thing a lie, or are you? Where is this coming from? What are you talking about? Yeah. And I think that's where maybe sometimes it's trying to talk themselves into it, or something, or just a lack of objectivity, or maybe their coach won't give them the honest truth, or I don't know. But I've gone through enough shows now. Even I don't know if I'm early or late in my career right now. I don't know how long this is going to go for, but I've been through enough shows that you almost can't even listen to when someone says, I'm coming in, I'm ready to win, I'm in great shape, I'm in the best shape of my life, because it's almost never true. Almost the more times you hear someone say, I'm coming to win, the less likely it is that they're coming to win.
Yeah.
And personally, it's hard to think about, because I never think about training hard. I never think about sticking to my program. I never think about having good nutrition. They're just things I do.
Yeah.
It's just part of my life. It's just how I operate in my life. And it works to a negative extent, but it's almost as though, like, I just end up doing these things habitually, and then afterwards I'll reflect and go, like, oh, maybe I did travel too much this year. Maybe I did overcommit, but I'm just like, that's just what I'm doing. And it's an obligation to myself. It's an obligation to fans, but a large part of me is it's an obligation to my family, because strongman is not the best thing you can do for your family.
Yeah.
It can be a good thing if you do really well, but if you're traveling regularly, if you don't do well in shows, you're not making much money. Yeah. You're spending a lot of time away from home training. You have to sleep. I have a baby, and people are sometimes a bit flabbergasted that I have to sleep. Ashley gets up during the night, and she doesn't work because she's on maternity leave. So she can theoretically nap during the day, but she doesn't. But if I didn't sleep, I wouldn't be able to train and compete. And if I didn't have all of my ducks in a row and put in every single possible effort I could, it's just a disrespect to the person who shells out money to come watch, and to my family who's and Ashley, who never signed up to be a strong man's wife. I just finished marathon running when she met me.
That's wild.
And she's just accepted this whole ride. And the least I can do to give back is go, okay, I'm going to take care of every single thing. And will I be at 100% always? No. But I will never be below 90%. And you never will be, so long as you're putting in reasonable, good efforts and training regularly. So that's just, it's just such a responsibility to me.
Yeah. Well, and I love that you're saying that, because that for sure was the way that I thought, right? Like, if I'm going to walk out the door and I'm going to go compete, it's not to lose, right? Like, I'm not walking out to lose. Okay, something may happen, or the contest may not play out right, for, like, something could happen, and often it did, right? Like, and it's like, well, I ended up second. Okay. Right. And but it was very, what I would say is for me, it was always a very consistent thing, because that's what I had trained for. That is what I had prepared for. So it wasn't this roller coaster ride of up and down where, like, this contest was first, now I'm eighth, and now I'm fourth. And then, like, it was always like there or thereabouts, right? Even if something went wrong, okay, cool. Like, it played out this way. But I think that, that consistency, man. And what you're saying is so true, because this is what you do, right? And it's like, you are walking in prepared. You've done your homework. You've put the work into it, right? And this is what is, I know it's, at this point, I know it's what you're expecting of yourself too.
Of course. I just expect myself to give my best effort. If I didn't have the genetic capacity to be number one and I didn't win, that's okay. But for example, Worlds this year, I came second. Who cares why? I came second.
Yeah.
Did I do everything that I possibly could in the preparation to be as good as I could be? Absolutely. So I do not in any way feel any negative feelings towards it. I did what I could, and I did my best, and that's it. Yeah. But if I miss training sessions, or I walked out of the gym, or I spent a week eating like a pig or eating like a child, every single strongman on the circuit right now, it's a controversial statement. Someone's going to get upset about this, but you just have to look at yourself in the mirror. Every single strongman in the world right now, potentially other than Thor, but he hasn't competed enough at a high level to go like, definitely, but I know he behaves this way.
Yep.
Take Thor out of the equation. Every single strongman in the world right now, not named Mitchell Hooper, has versions of themselves that show up to a show. The version that's ready to compete, the version that's really good, the version that doesn't care, the version that didn't prepare.
Yeah.
I have one version, and people know, and I think that gets in guys' heads.
Yeah.
But like, join me on that.
Yeah.
Come along for that and be the person who goes, do you know what? I lost to you a couple of times. I'm stepping up the game.
If you enjoyed that clip, you can watch the full episode right here. And to watch another clip, click right here.